is the Entertainment Fix with Lewis Nichols.
Now it's time for my next guest on today's show. Now we're very excited once again. Let's say hello to Kavana. Hello. Hello, Kavana. Hello.
Hello?
How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah, you sound a bit distant.
Can you hear us a bit better there?
Kind of. Are you speaking down some kind of trombone, or...? That's better, I can hear you now.
Now, we got to say, a big congratulations on the big reunion. It sounds like you've had so much fun this year. Have you enjoyed every moment of it?
I wouldn't say enjoyed. I mean, you know, they film so much stuff that you kind of just you forget the cameras are there, and obviously I had my roller coaster ride. But yeah, I mean, it's done me no harm, and it's great to go back and do that nostalgic thing again, you know?
Now, obviously, it must have been weird to be put in a band with other solo artists. I mean, when they approached you about it, were you a bit kind of confused with how it would work?
I mean, basically, obviously, right now it's about the group, and we got the arena tour coming up in October. Plug. And so it's all about that at the minute. But I mean, definitely. I mean, I was kind of already working on an acoustic record to come out before I got offered the big reunion. So that's kind of in the pipeline as well. So we'll just kind of see how it goes, you know.
Now, what I'd love to talk to you about is kind of, I mean, when you obviously were signed and you had your first ever record deal, I mean, how did that feel when you were signed and you knew that someone wanted to work with you and get your music out there? I mean, describe the feeling.
Oh, God, what, first time round?
Yeah, I mean, how did it feel, just kind of...
Well, I was working at McDonald's at the time, and I actually got fired from McDonald's for stealing a Filet-O-Fish, which is a long story. But that, in a way, was a blessing, because then I kind of thought, what else can I do? And it was only music, really. So then I sent a demo tape to quite a well-known manager in Manchester, and he seemed to like what he heard, and it just was a whirlwind from there. It just kind of took off.
Now, do you feel at the time, obviously first time round, you got to be yourself? So obviously when you had your hits with I Can Make You Feel Good, I mean, did you feel like that was you?
That was me then. I mean, That was me at 16 years old. You know, I never got the chance to go to college or university or kind of experience those things. So I wasn't very worldly. I kind of grew up by travelling and doing, promotion and stuff like that. But it was always very much on my own. So it was kind of a weird bubble that I was in.
And obviously, like I said, now you're on the big reunion with people kind of like Dane Bowers and, Kenzie. I mean, obviously you're going on this arena tour, but will you guys be making new music together?
Well, that's the plan. I mean, like I said, I've got solo stuff ready to go, but I can't contractually, I'm not really allowed to do that at the minute, but the plan is to build up to this tour and then see what happens. I mean, it's supply and demand. If people want it, then... we'll kind of, give it them, basically. But, yeah, I mean, as Fifth Story, I think we're all in it to kind of move forward as a group, definitely.
Now, obviously, we all saw you last year when you took part in The Voice. Now...
Oh, God, yeah.
But what was it inside that said, this would be the right show for me? What was it that kind of made you want to take part, in the show?
Well, to be honest with you, they kind of approached me. I was a bit of a loose end, and they approached me to do it, and I had to go through all the rounds of auditions and basically, put myself forward for it. And right up until the day of the actual audition on television, well, not live, but recorded on TV, I was cool, and I bottled it. Like, I wasn't used to performing to a silent audience with chairs not looking at you, So it was a bit awkward, but everything for a reason, because if that would have happened, maybe I wouldn't have got a chance to really tell my story on the big reunion.
Now, also going back to that, when the judges kind of didn't turn their chairs around, I mean, how did that feel? Because obviously you've had such a successful career, I mean, people know who you are, so when you went on there and, the judges didn't turn around, I mean... How did that feel?
Well, it was funny because they edited it really weird, because there was another singer called Kim Mazel who was actually on the same episode as me, but they didn't edit it that way, but she was on the same kind of recording, and we both got booted off, and we've both kind of had success, and have got decent voices. Well, she's got an amazing voice. I mean, I just remember us both being put in the Losers Hotel, which was the Travelodge. No disrespect to travelodge.co.uk. And so we just both sat there at the bar going, what's it come to? You know, like, we're in the Travelodge, we've been booted out. I mean, what the... I can't really swear on radio, can I? But it wasn't a nice feeling at all. But you know, you go through this in life, and you brush yourself off, and you step back up, don't you? You get on with it.
I mean, like you said, you've gone from strength to strength, and now this is an amazing chapter in your life because, I mean, fifth story, you're loved. I mean, everybody's waiting and anticipating what's next for you, and you seem to have made good friends with the other members of the band. So do you feel like this is a positive step in your life at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has given me a kind of new lease of life. It's given me a new kind of set of ambitions, and you know, if it doesn't happen with the group, they're definitely solo, and you know, just keep moving forward, really, and yeah, it's good. I mean, I've never had this much attention. I think even when I started out, I didn't have this much kind of publicity, and not all of it's been great, but hey ho.
Yeah.
It's a different era now, though. It's not the way it was back in the day. I mean, there was no Facebook, there was no internet, there was no kind of Twitter and all that. So just to get the feedback from the public kind of gives you more, confidence.
And because I've said this to a lot of the guests that we've had on. What I find so difficult is how, you can be on the top of the peak, number one, a big recording artist and getting big contracts, and then at kind of a click of a finger, that can all go. I mean, how do you get your head around being on, selling out concerts, getting £1 million record deals and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's kind of taken away from you? How do you actually deal with that personally? Because I guess
I don't think you do. You just you don't deal with it. People operate in different ways, and kind of. I mean, I've been around the block and back again, and even now I'm not bloody perfect. But I guess it's just a case of just just never give up. It sounds like a cliche, but I think if you know that you've got the talent and the ambition, then you just keep going, don't you? And then doors eventually do open. A lot of them close, but I think it's a kind of inbuilt within you to just keep going.
Now, I mean, there's a lot of press at the moment in regards to where you currently work, which was a sandwich shop. I mean, do you still work there now?
No, I'm not there anymore. Good old man seen is, hiya Vicky. I went to school with Vicky. Probably not listening, she's not got internet, God bless, can't afford it. God forgive me. But I always pop in when I'm back in Manchester. In fact, I'm in Manchester at the minute, so I'll be going to see her. She's off at the minute, so I'll probably go and see her tomorrow and have a bit of a Saturday catch-up. But no, all's good, I mean, it's good to keep your close friends from school. They're the ones that matter. I don't have loads of friends, to be quite frank. I'm kind of a bit of a, I wouldn't say a loner, but I kind of keep myself to myself. And I'm quite choosy with who I kind of hang out with, and I could count my best friends on, on one hand. So, yeah.
Well, I got to say, a big well done, and the courage that you had to recently, publicly come out to everyone. I mean, it must have been quite a tough thing for you to do. So, and to do it at such a kind of big time when you're on a big reunion. So I've got to say, a big well done for doing that.
Well, I mean, think of it. Sorry, I'm just walking past these loud people. Think of it is, I mean, my close family and friends knew, but I guess when you're doing a TV show like The Big Reunion, it's about telling your story. So obviously it's going to come up, and you can't be, not telling your own story. So I just laid my cards on the table, to be honest, and the public feedback was brilliant, and so it should be. I mean, it's 2014, so what's the big issue?
Exactly. And
apart from me nearly selling the big issue at one point.
Now, so next for you said, obviously, if the band doesn't record music, you've got some solo material that's ready to be released and ready to be worked on. So when can we expect some solo stuff from you?
Oh, I can't say. I mean, I'm actually I'm working on a new record at the moment, solo, but I can't. I've not got the green light when to release it yet. But it's a very much change of direction. I mean, like I say, change of direction. I mean, we're talking 15 years ago, so it's going to be completely different. But I've got some really kind of loyal Twitter fans and Facebook followers that know what I'm talking about. And I did an acoustic gig about 7 months ago, or maybe even a year ago now. And it's going to be in that line. I play the piano, so it's more kind of down that genre, you know.
Well, Kavana, I can't wait to hear your new music. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and I'm so glad the way things are going for you right now, because I think you're going to enjoy every moment.
Oh, by the way, listen, I have to say hello to my sister Angela, who lives in St Ives.
Oh, hello, Angela.
And I've got to say hello to Monty and John, who also live in St Ives, and Jero and Mark, who are listening right now in St Ives, probably getting pissed out of the brain. And also, I've got a cat here that's got the biggest bushy tail in the world. It's like that needs feeding. So I have to say hello to. Well, I've got a feeder basically.
Well, so are you in Cornwall quite a lot then?
Yeah, I come down to St Ives. My sister lives in, so I know about Portminster Beach, and you know, I love St Ives, so I come down about twice a year.
It'd be amazing to get you in the studio if you're down, because Penzance is very close to St Ives. So
well, I'm sure I'll be down in the summer.
So that'd be great to get you here if that's something you'd be up for.
But I won't bring the bushy cat.
Kavana, an absolute pleasure. Great speech, and hopefully get you back on the show very soon.
All right, mate. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Oh, absolutely lovely. There's Kavana. Hopefully get him in the studio. So, of course, I can't interview Kavana without playing I Can Make You Feel Good. Just a quick apology if anyone was offended by some of the language that was in that interview there. So here's Kavana with I Can Make You Feel Good.